No more rush hour. If you decide to live out of your car, another benefit, another advantage is you never have to deal with rush hour again. Because guess what? You live out of your car. Where are you rushing to? And that's a win. That's a win, especially if you're like me, if you're from a congested area. I grew up in the New York, New Jersey area, grew up in New Jersey, but in that area right outside of the city. And I have work obligations that keep me close to the New York City area. And anytime you're anywhere within an hour of New York City, the surrounding roads, the main highways, there's such congestion. I mean, after you get past 3 p.m. Eastern time, the roads, forget about it. It's like Armageddon trying to get home. You know, people look at the clock and go, oh no, if I hit the road before 3:30, I'm never going to get home. Because, and then you get in the road 3:30, 4 o'clock in rush hour in the New York area. Oh, you could be on the road for 2 hours, depending on where you're going, just to get back home. And you had a long day at work, you're in rush hour fighting traffic, guys cutting you off, your wife's calling you, asking you what's for dinner, you know what I mean? You're answering emails because your email's still going off till at least 7 o'clock at night if you work. It's crazy. So what I talk about often, if you live out of your car or if you live a simplified life, but for me I'm talking about living out of my car, is that you eliminate not just a financial burden, but a mental burden. And to me, that's what it's about. And that's mainly the reason I got into living out of my car. I live full-time out of my Jeep Renegade. Now, I had one viewer, Brett M. He left me a comment last night, and it's great connecting with people. He's from Indiana. He goes, Sam, I really started watching your channel only because I was interested in possibly purchasing a Jeep Renegade. But then when I found out you live full-time in your Jeep Renegade, I kind of just kept watching because I found it very interesting. The simple life you're living. He goes, I can't do it. He goes, he has a wife, 4 kids, 4 goats, like 3 horses, something like that. And I thought it was a great comment. Because it's very interesting to see how different people live in different parts of the world or country, whatever it may be. Now, his area, he lived in Indiana. He may not have to fight with rush hour, depending, sound like he kind of live in a country. But for anyone who lives in a populated area, having to fight rush hour adds a huge mental burden to your life. Because life, you're facing 2 things in life. You're facing 2 major hurdles in life. One is a financial hurdle, a burden, financial pain, etc., all the different financial obligations. The second thing is mental stresses. Mental burdens, thoughts, anxieties, all that primarily come from more stuff and more responsibilities. So 2 things, financial burdens and mental burdens. And when you got both of them pressing in on your mind, explosion. That's why, for me, living a simplified life. Now, again, I have no family, no kids, so it wouldn't apply to everybody. But living out of your car, what you have done, or even if you're just watching for curiosity or research, or whatever, if you decide to live out of your car, van, you've eliminated rush hour. Because where are you rushing to? You're already home. Yes. You're already home. Everywhere you go, you're home. And you don't have to fight to get to here, to there, to there. You leave work, wherever you may be. You go, like me, you go to a grocery store, you get something to eat. There's plenty of different places that you can, I buy a Diet Coke at McDonald's, and I use their free Wi-Fi. I don't need any of their food. I have fresh food, my own. I'll just buy. You can go to different places. I always mention them, Starbucks, etc. So, and then you can just lounge around. I mean, you can go to a park, you can walk around, whatever's local to that area, wherever you need to be for work obligations. Huge, huge benefit and huge elimination of mental stress. If you decide to live out of your car, if you have that capability in your life, everyone's different. But if you do, you have no more rush hour. Oh, I know guys, people look at the clock, they can't wait to get out because they know the roads right now as I make this, it's rush hour, crazy out there. I don't even get on the highways. I take side streets to just go wherever I'm going to go for that day. And I pass over bridges where main highways are, and it's a parking lot. It's a parking lot. And you know what I see? I don't just see a parking lot. I see individual minds inside each one of those cars cursing the world. Because I've been there. you're cursing the world. And I never really had the full family. It was just me. But I remember me driving home in rush hour, dealing with people trying to cut you off, thinking about, I got to get home to walk my dog. Then I got to go to the supermarket. Then I got to pick up all my supermarket stuff. Then I got to get into the house. Then I do this. And then work's calling me because they got some question. I mean, it's crazy. So for me, one benefit, and I think about this often because you have to think, what's the pro and the con for you? For me, one benefit of living out of my car, I no longer have to deal with rush hour because I'm not rushing anywhere. So that is another Nomad insight, another thing I want to share with you, whether you are a nomad, whether you live full-time out of your car or van, or whether you're just interested in a downsized life, or if you're just out of curiosity, interested on why people would choose to live out of their car if they had the financial resources not to. And what's part of at least my personal decision-making process. And my personal decision-making process has to do with eliminating certain mental stresses in life that we can, with the understanding there's always going to be some because we live in an imperfect world. But I want to share that because to me that's very important, and that's an encouragement to me and inspiring as to why I live this current lifestyle. And obviously in the future, anything may change, but I want to share that with you as a nomad, as someone living full-time out of your car. You never have to deal with rush hour again. Now, certainly, just to be fair, to balance it out, and I'll finish up here, you can certainly still get caught in a traffic jam from here and there if there's an accident. But even if that case, I mean, you can pull off anywhere because everywhere you go, you are already in your home. So for the most part, there's always exceptions. For the most part, you're never rushing. Rush hour has just been eliminated, no matter what time of the day it is for you. All right? Nomad tip, stay inspired.